Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome back to our local to global series, Cyberpunk Reborn. We had a good show. We had a really good show. We actually brought ourselves back up from local to small, taking, I think, only a month to get back there. Unfortunately, it cost us a lot of money. Holy crap. Look at it. We spent $13,000 last month, this month currently, which is insane. I don't know how. I don't know where this happened. But I don't think we're going to do another pay-per-view for a while. We might just do some small shows. So what we got to look at, I'm a little concerned about how much that was. We were doing okay, and all of a sudden that worker expenses just shot through the roof in a way that I did not anticipate. So we got to be careful. We do get a year of being in the black, or in the red, but we really don't want to be hanging that far, that deep. So let's take a step back. Let's plan our next move here. So we still have our monthly show, which is Cyberpunk, right? Monthly, every Thursday. In addition to that, we were doing a show every month or so, pay-per-view kind of thing. So let's plan this ahead, and let's say we're going to do one in the beginning of November. It gives us a little bit of time. Unless we want to do 2 months off. Let's do 2 months off. Okay. 2-hour show. Cyberpunk. Okay. It's going to be in Tri-State. We can do it as an annual, I guess, for now. Though I tend to change those anyways. And let's say December. And let's make it the third week of December. Okay. So it gives us 2 shows to build. Tuesdays. Two shows to build. 2. A little bit of time to recoup some money. And one of the other things I wanted to look at is our roster's okay, but some of the prices are a little much. I mean, some of them are not bad. I mean, Ace Austin's probably too expensive for who he is. Office, fine. We do have a little bits here and there that are costing us a lot. Eddie Kingston's costing us a lot, right? Evil costs us quite a bit. Icarus costs us quite a bit. So we got some potential issues there in terms of just finances, where we're paying people like $500, $600 a clip. Not everybody, but some people. So let's look at finding some people that are just cheap, right? Anybody that we got probably should look at. That's weird. Is that... I don't really think he's a wrestler, but interesting. He's only 80. Could hire him, I guess. Okay. Let's look at can work in US. So we have some game generated characters here, right? Some other people that just don't have any name to them. We can't actually get her. She's in NXT. Where was I? Okay. Wrestler who is available to hire. Who, like, rookie year to first year, let's say. Okay. Oh, and I need to do... So we're just looking for some cheap people here, right? Just fill out the roster a little bit. Let's find some people that might make sense just as cheap as possible. Fatu's blood relative. So 260 might even be too much money, right? We just kind of want really cheap wrestlers. Apollo Jr. 260. So, like this rando here. 170. Okay. Strong baby face. Let's just do it. We don't know. This could be our next future main eventer, right? This random guy, fresh off the bat here. I don't want to give him any prospects or anything like that. He wants 170. Okay. It's doable. It's doable. We just want to fill out our roster a little bit with some younger people that we could potentially use to replace and maybe go a little bit cheaper. Okay, so he's already got a little bit of popularity in our area. He's 270 though. That might even be too high. Average 270. 240, 400, 260. 190 is looking better. Strong physical. Strong heel. Okay, sure. Again, we got just some random new people. 190, huh? If I give you a blue chip prospect. 180. Not worth it for the extra. Fine. So just some extra bodies out there that may be helpful for us. That may end up saving us some money. 290 might even be too high. Though any young lion's really going to be beneficial for us because we're not wrestling a lot of places. They're going to be relatively cheap. They could gain loyalty to us, and obviously they're going to improve their skills much faster. Not bad. Let's do it. So what I'm thinking of doing is possibly cutting some people out. Still wants 280 though. So if we're worried about the money, which we are, 250. Not popular here at all. Strong physical. Strong babyface and heel. We're really hoping for like a good in ring, but we're not finding anybody. 250 is probably too much for her. Okay, so we got a few ads here. That's not bad. What we're concerned about is just in terms of pricing. Some of these guys are just a little too much money. Like Kingston's 530, Ryan's 580, Evil's 600. So, like this whole run here is kind of expensive. These four. So if you limit that, if we lower off maybe our lower mid card, make it a little bit cheaper, we don't have to worry as much when we do use these sparingly, that kind of thing. We don't have to worry about it in the long term. I just want to be careful now that we don't go deeper into this hole. Let's go ahead. Let's fast forward to our next show. Hopefully we'll recoup some of the losses here. It won't be much because we only had that last week. But, you know, that is what it is, I guess. And we have a next pay-per-view in a couple months, so that hopefully should give us a little bit of time to kind of build some money back up. My only concern is that we'll lose some popularity or momentum in the process, so we'll have to make sure that these shows really stand out. Let's go ahead and go to it. All right, we did get stopped for something, presumably for these negotiations. Let's bring them in. We'll have to give them some characters, too. Because obviously the Cyberpunk brand, everything has to be kind of... Silverhawk became muscular. We got our grace period. Okay. we do have to give them some characters. We will do that probably right before the show. Everything in Cyberpunk must have a sort of weird futuristic thing going on, so we will continue with that. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Hopefully nothing crazy happens in the next 12 days. Pay rise request. Oh, man. I can't. I gotta piss you off. I'm sorry. I'll give you a little bit, but finished 7th out of the 8th for that 1 month, which is not great. We do have that protection for the penalty, but we'll have to be careful. We'll have to really make these shows really stand out. That or the other option is we do a monthly, like a weekly show, or like a bi-weekly maybe, to keep the momentum going. We'll see. Let's go ahead and let's book this, and we'll see where we're at. All right, so we got some final bits of news. Looks like Kimberly extended some deals outside of us, and Icarus extended with Chikara. That's fine. Let's go ahead. So we did gain 1,000 back from sponsors and from some other stuff. So not horrendous. Let's go ahead and book tonight's show, and hopefully, we have to assign these guys something first, don't we? Openers. So we may not put these guys on the show. I think what would be fun. Where is he? Is why don't you guys come up with some interesting characters for these new up-and-comers? So we know they're going to be openers, so they're going to be building themselves up. We know we want sort of a sci-fi cyberpunk style. Ali is a babyface, and Matthew is a heel. Wasn't there one more that we grabbed? Ryder Reed. Ryder Reed could be either as a lower mid-carder. So, what are their names? What are their characters? So that's your homework, guys. That's your homework for this week, is figure out who these 3 characters will be in Cyberpunk. I'll look at the comments, I'll find the best ones, and we will turn them into your creations. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I got some ideas, but we'll see. And then obviously we'll give them some pictures and stuff like that too. Could be a lot of fun. All right, let's go ahead and book Cyberpunk. We do have our little tri-state broadcast deal. I think we're going to get probably knocked out of there at some point, because I doubt that we're getting a strong rating here. We're probably losing a lot of our favor with them. Poor finances are cause of concern. Locker room has no leaders. And some positives, generally positive influences, no negatives, at least, except for Bin Wang has a isolated language barrier. Let's meddle. And try to make a friendship somewhere here. Nothing. Okay. We are going to be in Tri-State. 237 fans. We could probably do the Wrestle Factory again. I think that worked out okay for us versus just a generic. It can hold 200. It would sell us out. Let's do it. We're going to lose some potential here, but if we get a sellout, that actually might be better for us. All right, let's go ahead and book the show. We're going to try to run this lean. We're going to try to get some of that money back as best as we can, and hopefully we maintain our momentum. All right, so we are running it real lean here. 61 minutes out of our allotted 75. I don't know how this is going to go, but just with money being a concern, I think this was the best bet. We might piss off some people, though. We'll see how the roster takes it. So, we start the show off with an announcement saying that there's going to be an 8-man tournament for a chance to face a Cyberpunk, to face the Cyberpunk champion. It's called the Netrunner Tournament. So, if you're familiar with, like, Chikara, this is kind of the equivalent of, like, the Young Lions Cup. It's for, like, up-and-comers. We'll be doing one every year. And it's always nice just to have a nice tournament. Gets the show off to a strong start, and it gets the crowd hotter. And we start the first of the matches. In fact, every match tonight is the round ones. So it's Jody versus the Beast. Didn't have much heat, had terrible wrestling. Young boy Jody defeated Beast in 11 minutes with pinfall with a quick cradle. It didn't do great. No improvements. Ooh, that was rough. I was hoping a little bit better there. Jody's gotten a significant amount of momentum lately and actually has moved quickly up to an upper mid-carder, going from one of our jobbers to having a road to redemption. So I thought having him in this tournament would be interesting. Though Beast kind of faltered there a little bit, which is unfortunate. But Jody had a 22, Beast had a 15. Ugh. Afterwards, we have an announcement just saying that Jody moves on. I probably should have done this as a minor. I set him for overness, and it failed spectacularly. We have Connor versus Volgar in 7 minutes. Connor defeats Volgar with a submission. They have great chemistry, which is interesting. That's good to know. Connor had a 27. Volgar had a 30. Got the crowd buzzing. Not bad. Much better than that last match. So Connor moves on in the tournament after defeating Volgar. And that's interesting. We'll have to keep in mind their chemistry. Could do something with that in the future. Afterwards, we have an announcement saying that Connor moves on, does better. We have Azrael versus Bushido. Bushido's been having some momentum, though we kind of, I guess, stop it a little bit here as Azrael defeats Bushido in 10 minutes with a cheaty tactical rope leverage action here. Azrael was off his game, but getting better at his gimmick. Got the crowd hotter. Azrael had a 26. Bushido had a 30. It's not bad. 27. Azrael moves on, gets an E- for the announcement. I really probably should have made these minor announcements, but also all of these little announcements kind of allowed me to kind of cheat the promo requirements nicely without having to spend more money, which is nice. We have Nexus versus Gaff, and wow. About had decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Gaff defeats Nexus in 9 minutes by submission. I don't know if that I would say terrible, but Nexus had 22, Gaff had a 27. It gets okay. I kind of expected a little bit better here, especially considering Gaff had, theoretically had pretty good ratings. So 27 is not bad for us, but I guess Nexus just couldn't really keep up with it. And obviously we have a segment saying that Gaff moves on. And finally, we have an interview with Kimberly at the end saying she's ready to face the winner of the tournament. And that pretty much ends the show. Really quick, really easy. No storylines were advanced, which we probably should have added a Netrunner Tournament storyline, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't know how we had 241 people, because I thought we booked us in a place that maxed at 200. But okay. Who do I want to? Beast needs some encouragement, and nobody was upset actually about the matches. I'm more concerned about who's upset for being left off. we'll have to see here if that hurt us. Tri-State's unhappy. That's fine. If we lose them, we lose them. We're still losing money. Jesus. Down 2,000 despite 2,000 ticket sales. I almost wonder if we just have to plow through it and just get as big as possible as quickly as possible. I don't know how to improve that money situation. I don't know. If you guys got any ideas, let me know. But maybe right now it's just about burning the money to get as big as possible, get the regional as quickly as we can. Anyways, guys, that was it for today. Thank you for joining me. Again, remember about those characters. I want to know, who do we make these two into? Our new potential future stars. At the very least, right now, will be our kind of openers. We got Matthew Herb, Ali Elaine, and we got Ryder Reed. We can change their names. I want a gimmick, though. I want to know what's their character. What weird cyberpunk theme are they? I will pick the best ones, and I will make them what they are. And maybe they'll be our next future stars. Who knows? Anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.